This is episode 2 of Flipping Jeep Parts for Profit. To catch you up quickly on where we're at, in the last video we sold my JKU gauge cluster that came out of my Jeep when I swapped it over to the carburetor setup. Doing this brought our total from $0 to $132. Now here's where we got into some more changes. I'm trying to get our budget to high enough to buy a parts Jeep because that's where we're really going to be able to scale this video series. So since then, I've actually been adding a couple more listings. I added a bunch of RC crawler parts that I've had laying around. For those of you who don't know, we do a bunch of RC crawling content. I'll go ahead and put that stuff up here if you guys want to check it out. But I listed a custom RC crawler at 124 scale setup. I listed some RC crawler tires, and then I also listed an RC drift car. The RC crawler tires sold pretty quickly and everything was going well. I thought we had another like $50 to add to our total. And then I checked my email and I had an email from eBay. My first thought was, hey, maybe we made another sale, add some more to our total. Not the case. The email said that the buyer that bought the tires opened an item not received case. It seems like this buyer, if you still want to call them that, since they're trying to get their money back, they're not really buying anything, waited until they got the shipping notification, and then a few days later, once it was definitely on the way and they could see that on the tracking, they then reached out to eBay saying that the product wasn't received, which is really strange because eBay has the tracking as well, so I'm not really sure what their game plan was there. Now, since eBay does have the tracking, I'm really hoping that they resolve this in our favor because that would suck, and this is only our second sale in this series, and if this is how this is going to go, we're going to have to definitely switch game plans here, switch strategies. But I'm pretty sure that they'll decide in our favor since they do have the tracking and they can see that the product is on the way there. But I did not let that discourage us from this series. Now, I've been doing a ton of research on this eBay parts flipping business model, and it seems like the strategy is just upload a ton of different products, pretty much constantly be uploading. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Like I was saying earlier in the video, I think we really need to just focus on getting enough money together that we can buy a parts Jeep. From there, I think it'll be very, very easy to scale this, and we'll be able to pretty much just ramp up these videos, ramp up selling things on eBay, and get a ton of funds kind of flowing. To do that, we're going to have to sell some bigger items. The items in mind are the 2 Freedom panels off of the Wrangler. So I have 2 hardtops and one of them's broken in like the back section, but we still have perfectly good Freedom panels. What we're going to do is we're going to clean those up and we're going to list those on eBay. They're selling for $300 to $500 a piece. So if we could sell both of those, we've got $600 to $1,000 right there. We already have 132, and then we've got 50 in who knows what's going to happen with it with these RC crawler tires. So even that aside, if we didn't get the money for the tires, I'd be disappointed, but we'd still have enough for a pretty decent parts Jeep. Possibly 2 of them, depending on how bad of a Jeep we get. So since I have 4 Freedom panels, we're going to take the 2 that are the worst. And as you can see, this one has a lot of missing paint and everything. And we're going to put the 2 worst ones on my Jeep. I think the better condition ones will be easier to sell. So these will go on to my Jeep, and then we'll take the 2 that are on the roof currently, which really aren't in bad condition at all. There's some paint scuffs and pretty much what you'd expect from a Jeep hardtop. But aside from that, they're in really, really good shape. So we're going to go ahead and sell the better ones. Now, the issue with these is going to be shipping. They're big items, so we're going to have to go ahead and measure the height, the length, and the width, and then we'll be able to figure out the boxes for this. So we'll go ahead and get some rough estimates here. It's going to need to be at least 29 inches wide. Then height, it looks like we're looking at about 38 inches minimum there, and then about 4 inches wide. Now to ship it, obviously we need a box, and that's where Uline comes in. I've been using them for years, and we get all of our packing stuff for that for some other businesses. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out their website and see what we can get to ship these in. So here's what we're looking at price breakdown wise. A 40 by 30 by 4 box is $6.50 each. We have to order 5 of them at a time, so $35, but that's not an issue because we're gonna need these boxes for some other things as well. So if we sell both of them for $400, we're looking at about $800 there. For shipping supplies, we're gonna be $13. And then for fees, that's where it gets expensive, $109 in fees. Taxes $42, leaves us with $649.54. Now, the reason I didn't add shipping into there is because the buyer's going to pay shipping. I'm not going to pay shipping on these, so that will pretty much just cancel out with what they pay to what I pay. If anything, typically you make a couple dollars on shipping. Realistically, it's ideal to use like a third party. I use Pirate Ship, and they give you discounted shipping rates, and it's usually a little bit cheaper than eBay is on stuff like this. Especially bigger things, it's just typically cheaper. However, with the holidays approaching, shipping is a little bit more expensive now, so we'll see how that goes, and that should still cancel out either way. But either way, we should be around $550 to $700 profit after we sell these. Now that depends on what they sell for. I'm putting this right in the middle. But with that amount plus our initial 132 and then our possible 50-ish, we should be able to definitely pick up a parts Jeep and probably have a little bit left over. Now, with that being said, I'm curious what you guys think would be better here. Should we get a Grand Cherokee like a WJ for a parts Jeep or an XJ? I personally am leaning towards an XJ. I think it's much more common. My thought process there is it's much more common for people to build those into like off-road rigs and then just beat them up off-road and need some quick replacement parts on them Grand Cherokees people definitely do that with, but it's definitely less common. I'm curious what you guys think though, because you guys are involved in this process obviously, and you guys get to make some of the calls here. So are we going to be looking for a WJ or an XJ? I think those will be our two best options for getting a cheap parts Jeep and giving us the quickest turnaround time as far as flipping parts and selling them and making a little bit of money. But I did want to update you guys on where we're at with this series. We have made some progress, and then I really wanted to update you guys on that possible first scammer we've encountered. That was pretty surprising. I did not expect to encounter that on our second sale. Doing a lot of research on this business model, I did notice that that's a pretty common thing that people do. There's a lot of issues with stuff like that. And as a seller, there's a lot of things that you have to do to kind of protect yourself in that situation. With the tracking, it's going to be very hard for that guy to prove that he didn't get the product, especially since the tracking shows that it's on the way to him. So hopefully eBay decides that in our favor. With a $50 sale, it's not the end of the world, but for some of these bigger parts, if we start selling some more expensive stuff, or for example, these Freedom panels, that would suck a lot if we're missing out on hundreds of dollars. Also, as far as fees go, I did have a couple people comment that the fees were crazy high on eBay, which I do agree they're a little bit higher than I'd like to pay. However, you have to account for that I don't have to get any website traffic. Running a business, other businesses aside, like that's the most expensive part, is getting the traffic to your website. And then you have to have a website that converts it at a high rate. So we don't have to worry about any of that, which that's been the hardest part running any kind of business that I've ever done. So that is kind of worth paying the fees to not have to worry about. People also trust eBay. If you have a website, you have to kind of prove your trust, and if you're selling parts on there, and there's so many scam sites out there right now that are on Facebook or stuff like that selling Jeep parts. I'm sure you guys have seen them if you're in any of the Facebook groups. They're like crazy low prices that aren't realistic, that are just scamming people. It's kind of hard to do. So eBay adds that little bit of trust, as well as buyer and seller protection. So it makes the process a lot smoother. And like I said, we don't have to get our own customers. So that saves us so much time and money. If you would think about it, if we didn't have that, we'd probably have to put 20-25% into marketing and all of that kind of stuff, which just wouldn't make much sense. But with those Freedom panels listed, we're kind of just waiting for one of these big items to sell, and we should be in a good spot to buy a parts Jeep. I'm really excited for that, and the series I think will take off once we're able to do that. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.